Hey y'all, it's your girl Neo. Oh my goodness, life. There's been so many things happening in my life. I'm sure in yours, in the ethers, and all the things. We just had a Gemini new moon. That was crazy. It was just crazy. Like, it was chill for me the night of. I was just real abundant, and then the next day it was like, and I was like, oh, it's getting crazy. But I've been learning so much. And I want to share with you guys. We got one new word all the time. Also, featuring the lawn people doing their thizzle. Because, they got to be out here when I'm talking to y'all. I don't know. Maybe it's because they trying to cut it off. Like, we got to cut some things off. That's very symbolic. Very symbolic. Because I'm definitely talking about that right now. He's just going to keep coming and going. And I'm just going to hope that you can hear me. Okay? Alright, so I got some things from my notes as well, because God has really just been talking. Yeah. So to start, it's like, ooh. Okay, so really, there is a shift happening. And you keep coming back every time I'm trying to get into it. It don't matter. It's okay. Please hold. Don't do it. Here, maybe I can cleanse y'all a little bit while he do his business. Yeah, girl, I got my 7-8 on me. I keep that thing on me, baby. We gotta stay cleansed out here. What she said is she was a fairy. Yep. No, but really she was blessed. Yep. She's blessed. Yeah. Or he, if you watching this, honey. Or they. I don't discriminate, baby. I don't. Anyway. Okay. There's a shift happening. It's been happening for a long time. If you spiritually in tune, you've been feeling it. I know that you've been feeling it because I've been hearing owls so much. Birds have just been coming. They coming around the mountain to meet me, but like I feel like Ella Enchanted for real. Like they're just so much. They're so near to me. And birds symbolize a lot of different things. Messengers, they can carry, the symbolism of taking flight, things like that. But owls specifically, for me, I've been hearing owls, but not seeing owls. Like I've only seen like an owl in a bookstore the other day, and it was like a fake one. But I've been hearing owls even when I moved to other places. Like, I'm not in the same place that I heard an owl the other day. Like, I'm hearing them all around me. And owls are pretty much, for me, like, if you're hearing them, it's that your spirit is feeling things. Like, your spirit is feeling things, or your ancestors are trying to communicate with you that certain things are, like, happening. And I need you to pay a little bit closer attention. Just pay a little bit closer attention so that you can see what I'm trying to show you. So for instance, for me, I've had some very interesting experiences over maybe the last 5, I will say at max like 6 years, right? So in the last 5 years, I was in college, 2017 or something like that. I had a roommate. My roommate, y'all, this story may get crazy. Well, not too crazy, but, my roommate bought a couch from Goodwill. And the couch that she bought from Goodwill caused us to have bed bugs in the house. Crazy. Then, a couple years back, I stayed with my mom. And while living with them, we had a cat, and that cat would go outside all the time, all the time, all the time. Never would have a flea collar, never had flea shots, never had the little flea thing down his back, none of that. They didn't keep up with it, right? So we had fleas, bro. And now, the place that I'm in, like, yo, I had to take a step away for it to be, for dust mites to be taken care of. Dust mites. So here's the thing. All of that, what the, right? This is the last 5 to 6 years. So I'm like, God, like, what does this mean? Like, you know, I'm looking through the intricacies. Like, God, what is this? Like, what is you trying to communicate to me? Because can we cut it? I'd like to cut it. You know, they said things come in threes, so that's the third. Ring the bell, ring the alarm. We out of here, okay? Because, bro. But here's a lesson that I've been learning, like through that process. All of these things bite. All of these things are. All of these things. Bed bugs are like this big, and then fleas are smaller, and then dust mites are smaller than that. Y'all, God is communicating, and I've already been getting this in other things, but that the fact that this showed up, God is trying to show you things that are happening in the spirit. God is needing for you to pay attention to the details, the raw details of the things, because these tiny things are determining factors within your life. These tiny things, like a small snowball, as you throw it down a hill, can still become a big snowball, bro. There are very minute factors in your life that you may not have cleansed the right way that you needed to. I know for me, I'm learning those things actively now. Like, you can always get more into the details, pay closer attention. Right now, God is going through your life with a fine-tooth comb, because that is what is required. Your emotions, your thoughts, your belief systems, all of these things are being called to the forefront, and literally with a fine-tooth comb. Y'all know that little rat tooth comb that they use? I think the fine-tooth one is smaller than that, and combing through each individual, look, you can't even see this little strand, combing through each individual strand to see, like, bro, are you prepared for the things that I'm ready to give you? Because I am causing a shift right now. We're not in, we're kind of still in like preparation season, but it's like gearing up. Like God is calling right now, and God is calling, and it's like one of those calls like, hey, bro, the war finna happen. Hey, bro, the thing is finna happen. Like, hey, bro, the game is tonight. Like, we gotta go, like, do it right now. Not just practicing, like, think about in sports, how you go practice and you shooting in the gym, and then there's actually game time, and then there's the championship, and then there's whatever's after that, because I'm not, like, big in sports. But, like, you know, like, the big thing, right? We're approaching the big thing, okay? And you feel it in the spirit. We feel it in the spirit, right? Do y'all hear the owl? Bro. Yo. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. It is being felt. Listen. It is being felt in the spirit before it is arriving to your physical. That is how manifestation works. It starts in the mental, astral, then ethereal. Mental, astral, then ethereal, then it comes into the physical. Okay? Yo, these are bruh. The times that we are in are extremely significant, and the tiny, minute things and actions that you're taking are pivotal to your growth within these next coming seasons, within this season right now, y'all. Yo, this shift is causing for you to have better energetic hygiene, for you to have better emotional hygiene, for you to have better physical hygiene, for you to have better everything. Because you've been praying for new. You've been praying for a new home. You've been praying for new money. You've been praying for a new car. You've been praying for new friends. You've been praying for new everything, a new look, a new walk, a new talk, you've been praying for new. Are you prepared for new to bless you for real? Because when new blesses you, the person that you currently are, when you receive the new, will determine if that present that God gave you is really a present, right? Is it really a present in your present time period? Yo, your actions are gonna show. If you get $100,000 right now, your habits are gonna show in that $100,000 spent, kept, saved, given. It's gonna show, okay? It's going to show in how you walk. It's going to show in how you talk. It's going to show in how you act. It's going to show in how you perform. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Okay? What you can't see can still hurt you. That's why you need better hygiene. And if you think that you're exempt from this, you are not. You are not. We're not growing. We're not done growing until we're dead. And even when we're dead, we still decompose and cause life again. Okay? So there's more that can be done always. There is more that can be done always. I said, listen, things cling to the dead. And there are beliefs and thoughts and identities that died in you in 2016, in 2015, in 2000. There are things that have died in you, but you are still carrying them on. You are still carrying them. You are still carrying them to deliver the message. Even dust mites, they come when like there's humidity or like, you know, windows open, or they feed off like dead skin particles in the room. It's gross. Like, but anybody can have them because they just are off dust. Like it's from dust from electronics, whatever. Like, and they're easy to get rid of, but it's still a process. And they feed off of, again, like I said, dead things. But they are small. They're so small that you could barely see them with the naked eye. But they can still cause irritation to the spirit. They can still cause irritation to your life, right? These are the same things, bruh. The details are smaller than you think, but bigger. Artists, scientists, I don't know if they consider themselves artists, but they too are artists as well. The reason that they're artists is because they can go from looking at small, minute things like atoms, or even if there's things smaller than atoms, I don't know, they would, but they can focus on things as small as atoms and then expand their vision to something so great as a human that small thing is in, and go through all of the channels to reach that bigger picture. And that is what artistry is. Like you can delve into these small, minute particles and then hop back out and then show people how it was created and show the detail. Like, that is such a beautiful thing, right? But these areas, these things that God is focusing on, is because God is trying to bring the art out of you. God is a master surgeon. God is one of my friends joked on me, and it was like, because I'm neo, they were like, neonatal surgeon, hey, and I thought that was the funniest thing ever. But it was just like, for me, like, even right now, it came to my mind, like, God is the greatest surgeon that you've ever come in contact with. God is the greatest surgeon. God is the greatest everything. Like what Chance the Rapper said on the beginning of that song, he was like, God is the best thing that the world has to offer. That is so true. Magnify, lift it on high. I spit a Spotify to qualify to, come on. How great is our God, bruh? God is in you too. We are walking, living gods. I need you to understand that. If you are not hearing me, I need you to hear me. I'm not, this is not for no comedic. This is not for no, oh, let me just go listen to another prophetic word. Let me go listen to another tarot. Let me go, This is fucking real. This is reality, my boy. There are details that you need to focus on. We're not playing. We're not kidding around, bro. Oh my goodness, did you see what I did there? I didn't even notice I just did that. Wow, God, it's so intricate. I just said, bro, it's not time to play. We not getting like these babies, we up. Anyway, true purity and cleansing has to do with the details, and it has to be in the details. For instance, when I was cleaning out my room, and I have an altar space, and I was cleaning my room and cleaning the altar. I wiped down the altar with cloth and disinfectant and stuff like that. And then God told me to rub this oil on it with my bare hands, and I was like, my bare hands? Oh, okay. This is a pretty big thing. I guess I'm gonna be, But I felt like Karate Kid. If you see Karate Kid, I feel like that's super significant as well, because we are all learning disciplines right now, but these are ancestral disciplines. These are ancestral gifts. These are things that have been long ingrained inside of us, inside of our lineages, that have not been tapped into the way that we can tap into them. If the AC just cut on, or that thing just cut on outside, and that's significant as well. Like, there are things that are turning on. God said, turn your light switch on. Stop turning it off. God said, actually, I'm going to break it so you can't turn it off. I'm going to make people see you. I'm going to make people know your name. I'm going to make you recognize the goddess that you are, because it's not about anybody else. It's about you. It's not about anyone else. This story, this life is about you, babe. It's about you. You have the ability to create in any way that you desire. Now, I would recommend that you don't do it in a way where people are hurt, or you are causing, physical pain to other people. Like, don't do anything with ill intention. But that's reality. We are that. So I'm pulling from The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. And I love this book because it talks about gratitude. Gratitude is the magic. I've read this book for the last 3 years of my life, and so amazing. All right, so I'm just gonna read towards the end, just a little. It says, we showed him the way. Whether he be grateful or ungrateful rests on his will. Say the magic words, thank you. Say them out loud and shout them from rooftops. Okay? Shout it from rooftops. Why? Because there's an unlimited abundance that comes with being grateful. There's an unlimited abundance that comes with being grateful. For me, I done had these experiences with those 3 different kinds of bugs. It getting smaller and smaller. Me paying more and more attention to the details, paying more and more attention into things. And elevation has come every single time. But there's an elevation that is required inside of you to bring you the gifts that you need, to bring you all of the blessings that you are into this reality, into this world, onto this plane. There's an unlimited amount of abundance, but you have to recognize that you are already a part of it. You are already a part of it. And I keep trying to find this one portion in this book that I was wanting to read to you guys, but I'm going to sum it up. And it really just says, like, dude, you are your only limitation. You are your only limitation. But you are also your key. You have a key to the temple of you. I'm telling you, bro. I keep telling y'all. We have temples right here. These are called our temples for a reason. We are temples. We have sanctuary within us. They talk about the sanctum within our mind and our body. Okay, this is the sanctuary. This is the altar. This is what needs to become dressed. So things will appear in your life consistently over and over again until these things are cleansed out of your life. Okay, you are the altar, right? So back to my story when I was talking about my altar, I was cleansing it. And I'm doing like Karate Kid. I'm learning these disciplines or whatever. I'm putting my oil on it or whatever. And God is telling me, focus on the details. I need you to make sure that the oil is in there. There was 4 like pillars on the altar that I noticed. I cleaned it, and I wiped it down with the oil. And then as I'm going to the second shelf, I see that there's 2 other pillars right there that I didn't notice when I was cleaning it the first time. That I didn't notice when I was putting the oil on it. I didn't even notice it being there. But now my altar, I didn't even move it into the space until it was clean. Until it was clean. I had moved it to the space. I had moved it to the space without those 2 additional pillars being cleansed. Because I wasn't aware, because I wasn't paying attention enough to the details, because I was looking at everything else. I was paying attention to everything else, but I wasn't looking at the minor details. I wasn't looking in the ways that I needed to be looking, right? So I need you to understand there's something that you're not paying attention to in the ways that you need to be, and that's okay. That's okay, because God is kind of hiding it a little bit from you so that when you do realize it, you're like, how did I not see it? But God still is a giving God. So it's still going to, like, God is still going to bless you. You literally carry God within you. You are the universe within you. So of course it wants for you to be abundant. It wants for you to be magnificent. It wants for you to be great. It wants for you to have more money, more everything, more life. It wants that for you. But you have to realize that. You have to know that everything is a reflection. Every person is a reflection, whether you want to see it or not. So these minute details matter. Stop clinging on to things that have been dead inside of you, that you haven't mourned, whether that's beliefs, whether that's thoughts, systems, or people. Clean the altar correctly. Clean the altar of you. Dude, look closer and be able to come out of it. Be able to discover and see and identify these small and minute things, but also then once you have cleansed in that way, be able to zoom out as well. And Karate Kid, the master, he had him doing this motion and these motions over and over again for days on end. He said clean the car, and he cleaned all 4 of his cars in this specific motion. He said wax down this in this specific motion, because he was showing him how to do it the right way. Because if you do it the right way the first time, it doesn't have to be done again. If you cleanse your soul the right way, if you cleanse your beliefs the right way, if you cleanse your thought processes the right way, if you rewire your brain in the direction and the belief system that you actually want, you go towards the things that you desire to acquire, you stand up in who you are, in whose you are, in whom's you are, in God. I'm telling you, everything after will be greater. Karate Kid learned those small things and then became dang near undefeatable. Undefeatable. He was beating people that was in the game longer than him. He was, as a rookie, beating OGs. My boy. Talk about MVP of the year. Okay? Man, your gifts are requiring an elevation in you that you didn't expect, but you have longed for. You have longed for this. You have longed for this, but you're afraid too. And it's crazy because, like, I get it because I'm that way too. I am. I fought this process for so long, learning myself, being single, being on my own. Bro, and when I tell you, God has been showing out since the day I started to bet on me 100%. Even when I started betting on me 5%, even when I started betting on me 1%, God was like, all right, bet. Cool. You gave me a 1%. Let me show you how to flip that. Let me tell you that I can flip that, because anything that you give to me, I will give back tenfold, because I am a God that will do exceedingly abundantly and above all that you can ever think for or ask of me, okay? It is all possible. It is all possible. And once you cleanse your brain of what society has tried to condition you to believe, that it is not possible, that you are unable, bro, these things are curse words. To say that this thing is impossible, to say worry exists, to say that you cannot, these are curse words. They talk about everything else. Those are the curse words, because you can do all things. You can do all things, okay? All things, bro. Now, can you go jump off a building and fly? No. But can you still fly? Yes. You can build something that will make you fly, right? You can build or go buy a jetpack that will make you fly. These are things that can happen. You can still fly, but jumping off of a building isn't one of them, okay? Like, if you jump off of a building, you are not going to fly. It's not. No. Unless you got that jetpack on you. Unless you have something that you have with you, okay? But all things can be made, done, created. Energy cannot be created or created or transformed or something. Somebody correct me in my comments if you got this far, because if you got this far, I'm shouting out to you, because I got so many messages for you. But I'm wrapping up soon, because I gotta go. I gotta go do things. I just did some yoga. It was so good. Please take care of your body. Please take care of your mind. I'm trying to tell you, bro, you can do more. You will be able to accomplish more when you focus on yourself, when you focus on these minute details, when you focus on meditation, when you focus on self-care, when you focus on really healing, letting the ugly parts be fucking ugly and still working through it, because God is still gonna make a way. Keep your belief system the same, okay? Keep your faith crazy. Have crazy faith, okay? Have a crazy faith in what God can do in your life, because this is your story. A crazy thing can happen, and your perception can shift everything. Your perception can shift everything, baby. There is hell and heaven right here on this earth. It is about what your perception is. It is about what your perception is, baby. You are the portal. You are the vessel. You are the vortex. So your small actions matter. The small things around you matter. When you see a portal, for instance, if you see a black hole, if something is standing even close to it, it is getting sucked in the hole. Okay, if you have an aura or a being or a portal that is right there, even if it is around you, it will enter the portal or what is this called? Orbit. It will orbit around. So you have to be diligent. You have to pay attention to the things that you are allowing around you, what you are intaking into your body, whether that's what you're eating. But your senses matter. What you're eating, what you're listening to, what you hear on a day-to-day basis, what you see on a day-to-day basis, what you are smelling on a day-to-day basis, what are you tasting, what do you feel? All of those things matter, because you are a portal. You are Okay? And karmic dust and remnants and ancestral remnants and BS can come through. Okay? Because we carry 14 generations within us, so we carry other portals within this portal. Okay? We have to recognize when things come up and from our ancestral past, or karmic things are in our portal, even that we've become comfortable with, even that are woven into our DNA strands, trying to create venom in us to give to the world. Okay? Look at them, dissect them, uncoat them, have God baptize them, or dip them in holy water, or Florida water, or prayer, or whatever you do. Because you are learning your own rituals. You are becoming your own sanctuary. Whatever works for everybody don't work for you. But these tiny details do matter to what's coming in your life, because God is about to bless y'all in a way that you have never been blessed before. I'm telling you. And I'm gonna say that because you've heard this so many times before, and I'm probably at a point where you're like, bro, I don't even feel like dealing with that, bro. I don't even want to hear that, because where it's at, like, yeah, it's happened, but not in the ways that you've been longing, not in the ways that you've been dreaming for, not in the ways that you've been pleading for it. But guess what? You have been calling out to God, and God has heard you. Keep calling out, but keep doing the work. Make sure that you are prepared for what God is about to give you. You said you want $100 million house. Be prepared to get that type of blessing, meaning learn stuff about houses, learn things about the places that you want to live, pick a destination, learn about, start thinking about mowing your own lawn. Are you going to pay somebody to do it? Are you going to have a cleaner? Start thinking about, okay, how can I prepare myself to have $100 million home? If I have $100 million home and I know that I have to live 33% below my means, then that means I have to be making what? Right? Way more than the $100 million home. That means that you have to have the actions, embody the actions, the nervous system, the vibration, the being of someone who already has a $100 million home. How can you do that? How do you seek out other people who have $100 million homes so that you can be around like beings? You go to open houses of $100 million homes. You drive in those neighborhoods. Bruh, you get active in flow with the things that you are trying to get in flow with. You make your currency, your current life, you make your currency flow in the direction of what you're wanting. Okay? You copy that flow in a way, but then you copy it, but also have your own. Your waters are already individual, even if the flow is different. God is going to cause your flow to be different anyway. But look at you know what I'm saying? Like, success leaves clues, success leaves footprints. Pay attention to the footprints is what I'm saying, bro. Because even smaller than the footprints, pay attention to the fingerprints, pay attention to the small details, because even your fingerprints, your fingerprint is unlike anyone else's fingerprint. Your blueprint is unlike anyone else's. Your sanctuary is not like anyone else's. Your portal is not like anyone else's. Okay? So tend to these small things. You are able to shed with grace, y'all. This is the year of the snake, Chinese year of the snake. Please look that up, please. Or if you want me to do more of a video on that, drop some snakes below or something like that. But bro, you are able to shed with grace and purpose. You have permission to do so. You are the only one that can give you permission. Begin to have a more intimate relationship with God. Have a more intimate relationship with God and see what God can do. Define what intimacy is for you. What that even looks like. How you've been intimate with partners. How you've been intimate with friends. How you can be intimate with God. Okay? Because you have the power. You have the power. And now that you have the knowledge, your ignorance, you acting as if you are ignorant to these things, acting as if you are ignorant to these small, minute details, to these things that are almost invisible. Because like I said, the things that are unseen can still hurt you. You acting oblivious to them. Ignorance in this season and the next seasons will not be blissful. I guarantee you, do not ignore this message. Be blissful now. Be blessed now. Be the thing that you are calling into you now, because you can only attract what you currently are into your portal. Do you hear all of these things around me that are happening? Whatever those sounds are, dude, bro, God is calling. The test is almost over. The final exam is about to come. The quiz is almost over. The final exam is about to occur. The practices are almost over. Game time is about to happen. The practices are almost over. The Olympics is almost here. Dude, all of the military trainings, all of the whatever that they be doing are over. You are about to go overseas. You are about to get the call that you need to perform. You are about to get the call that you need to be an active shooter. You are about to get the call that you have to be active in your position, because God has other people's blessings attached to your name. God has other people's blessings attached to your name. And the more that you quiet yourself, the more that you will stop the blessings of other people. Meaning, you will also stop the blessings of yourself. Meaning, you will allow these energies and entities to covet the being that you are. And God's purpose will still be fulfilled. God will place those other people's blessings on someone else's name, but you were called for it. You were the master surgeon that they called into the room to get it done when no one else could. You are that person. Brush off all of the things. Come out of retirement, bro. You're the greatest that has ever lived. You're the greatest that has ever lived, yet you've been hiding. You have been hiding. This is not the time to hide. And I get that you've been hiding. I get it. You've been hiding behind this shell of a being because the brightest light that you have ever seen is you. The brightest light that you have ever seen is you. So you've been blinded all this time. You've been blinded all this time by it. But it's time for you to unleash who you are. Break the shell open and blind everyone that can't see. Because the sun is still good. Even if you stare at it for way too long, like they said, if you stare at it for way too long, it could blind you. All those things is still good to you. It's still a good source for vitamin D, vitamin C. It's still healthy for you. We still need it to grow the trees. We still need it to do any and everything. We still need it because without it, it would be darkness. There has been darkness around you trying to cover everything around you, trying to slither and take and covet every blessing, everything. And you are the light. You are the light that needs to be cut on and never turned off again, so that your mama can be a better mama, so that you can be a better you, so that your children can carry blessings and not burdens of their ancestors. Because, bro, because there are streets that are meant to have your last name on them. Because there's a homeless person that has been doing cocaine for years, and you're the reason they'll stop. Because there's somebody who was beaten black and blue, and they'll see you on TV while they're in the middle of trying to commit suicide, and they'll stop. Your light is worthy and worth billions. And I need you to get it. I need you to understand. There is a darkness that will cover this world if God's people, the people that I'm talking to, do not stand in their rightful place. They've been talking about the 144,000 in the Bible that God chose. Stand. shine, crack open. Now, I'm telling you, for God will deliver the needy who cry out and the afflicted who have no one to help. He will take pity on the weak and the needy and save the needy from death. He will rescue them from oppression and violence, for precious is their blood in his sight. Long may we live. That's Psalm 72, verse 12 and on. I love y'all so much. I need y'all to really understand this. I really need y'all to get this. I'm going to read very shortly from Zen Master Raven. And I consider these are kind of like proverbs or readings or stories. These are wise old teachings about wisdoms. Granddaughter asked Grandma, I've heard that some Zen teachers advise their students not to read. What's your opinion? Grandma said, read. Granddaughter asked, what should I read? Grandma said, watch for your name. Turkey told Raven about this. Raven asked, how is that for you? Turkey said, dunno, Roshi. Books don't mean much to me. Raven said, you have your own works. Don't know what that means, but I'll delve into it, and there's a reason for it. And then the next one and the last one is the essential. One evening during the question period, Owl asked Raven, how important are the words of Buddha and his successors to our practice? Raven said, essential. Is there anything more essential? Asked Owl. Raven said, the bullfrog calls his mate. Owl was silent but did not return to his place in the circle. Raven continued, you see, Owl, the Buddha explained it. Owl asked, what does he explain? Raven called. I encourage you to allow that to marinate. Rewind it if you need to. Sit with it. Just wise old proverbs. Sometimes you might not even get the answer, and it'll come later, or it's just meant to marinate. But I hope this one new word helped you. I gave y'all a couple of 100,000 words. Plenty of seeds. I'm just a seed thrower. God be giving me all these mustard seeds. I'm just throwing them all, and if they plant